sky in half. I need to feel the open road with the target on my back. All I feel is rage coming out of me. It can't be contained. Atrocity, atrocity. The best that life has to offer. I always wait to win, taking home the prize. We play a dangerous game that comes at a price. Not everyone wants to play.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Geoff. Thanks so much. And how are you today?
I'm hanging in there, brother. You know, trying to get over this thing and get back on the road with the guys, but everything's going good.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, Geoff, your new album, The Devil's Asylum, is to be out on August 29th. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting and the production that goes behind this new album?
Yeah, man. You know, at the end of about a year ago, at the end of June, say, last year, I had to make a couple changes in the band, you know, and I knew I needed a new singer, I needed a new guitar player, and and I also have, it's been 5 years since we had a new album, so I was like, man, you know, I got to get to work here. So I just went crazy and on finishing some ideas I had, and just playing a lot of guitar and recording and writing and demoing, and I ended up making a full demo for the album in between. I don't know. I guess it was between July and December. And I did a demo with my songwriting partner in Santa Rosa, Jimmy Evans, who is also a co-producer on the album. And we wrote some songs together. And then I basically did that just to kind of like get the jump because I knew it, you know, I didn't know it was going to be as easy as it was to get the rest of the band together, but it happened very quickly. And I just wanted to be prepared with the new album. And then, of course, I just left a lot of room for them to shine on the material, and they certainly did. And everybody did. Larry came in and knocked out the drum tracks in like for 11 songs in like 15 hours total. And Robin, our longtime bass player, sent in some great bass tracks. And Chalice came out to California with me, and we worked on the vocals together for about a week, and that's how we kind of got to know each other. So it was crazy, man. I was really rolling the dice on him, and he was rolling the dice on me, and we were just lucky that at the end we could just high five and go, yeah, we got something here, you know. So it was really a pretty exciting. It was like there was a lot of spontaneity to it, and there was a lot of drive to it, and it happened fast and furious, and it hasn't been that fast and that crazy since we did Digital Dictator. So it was a great experience. And Denver Cooper was someone that we already knew from 2023. He was his band NZM did like 5 shows with us in Texas, and so we got to know him then. And you know, I just noticed him right away. He was really like looked like a young Steve Stevens or something, just leaning up against a wall, a big trench coat on in the middle of the day in Texas and stuff. I was like, man, who's this rock and roller, man? But and then when I heard him play, I was just like, oh my God, you know, he was so good. And then we just got to know each other. We stayed in touch with each other. And when I needed a guitar player, he was my first phone call. He accepted the job right over the phone. And I already knew I liked him. I already knew the kind of player he was. So there wasn't even an audition. It was just like, you got the gig. And it was awesome, man. And like, I literally was without a guitar player for about 8 minutes. So, um, I love it when it happens smooth like that, because believe me, most of the time it doesn't. But that's pretty much what led to the songwriting and how we all got together. Then we started recording the album the day after Christmas, December 26th, and we were ready to mix by like January or February 3rd. We started the mix. So it was like everything about it came together very fast.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing, Geoff. And there's The Devil's Asylum has some kind of storyline behind it, or it's just random songs that you wrote about?
Anyone's in particular, or you want me to just pick some?
Yeah, just pick some.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start with Bloodbath. I wanted the album to start with a real banger, like just coming out full guns blazing. But I also wanted it to have those classic Vicious Rumors trademarks, like, super melodic, a twin harmony guitar orchestration with a harmony vocal completely different on top of that. It's just like a bit of a symphony sort of going on, but with all that banging power. And so Bloodbath was like kind of designed to be the first song on the album, just wanted that balls out attack and that melodic quality together that Vicious Rumors is known for. So we're really happy about the way that came out. And some of the other songs like Abusement Park and Butcher's Block, The Devil's Asylum itself, those were originally like ideas I had for movies. And I'm kind of like a big fan of drama and theater, and I watch a lot of movies, and I'm really into different actors and stuff. So I had these ideas for these movies, and after recording all this music, it was like, okay, the music came out great, but I'm like, man, this is my 17th album, my 14th studio album. What do I have to say this time around? And I was, thinking, of course, there's so much going on, and the concept behind the Devil's Asylum is just the world we're living in today. It's just things are just crazy as they've ever been, and it seems like the whole world's gone insane, kind of, and so that's where the Devil's Asylum sort of the idea for that. And I just started thinking like, hey, I've got all these great titles and all this, these ideas for my movies and my scripts. And so I thought, hey, why not borrow those and use them now for the album? And they can still be movies later on down the road. They can, you might be going to the theater someday and seeing Butcher's Block, but and I hope you do. But right now, it's like the lyrical vibe and the whole idea behind the Devil's Asylum.
Fantastic, man, fantastic. And a great album with a great cover artwork, I would say, a classic heavy metal artwork that goes behind this album. So would you like to tell me a bit on the artwork and the work behind this?
Absolutely. Well, I got to give all the credit to our brother Stripe in Frankfurt, Germany. He's just an incredible artist. He has a company called Artworks, and we've been working with him since the 2011 Razorback Killers album. And a lot of times, like every now and then, I will have some ideas of my own for the cover art. But really, like ever since I started working with him, he's so creative that a lot of times I just tell him the title. I just give him the title of the record, and like, just show me what's on your mind. And like, he's always coming up with something really cool. And I think on Devil's Asylum, like when we first when we first saw that toxic green cover with the tornado and the skull, we were just like, whoa, this is really dark, like in a different kind of way with that the toxic looking green, was even, to me it was even scarier than like the red, like the red albums of darkness or whatever, like the green this time I thought was really freaky. So yeah, I thought he did a great job, and I've been getting a lot of a lot of really great feedback on the cover, that people really like the cover that goes with this, some of the titles and the madness of the album. And so yeah, it's an exciting time, man, for Vicious Rumors.
Amazing, amazing, Jeff. And I had the pleasure to listen to The Devil's Asylum in its entirety, and I have to say it's a fantastic album, Jeff. I'm totally loving it. You actually brought Vicious Rumors back to Soldiers of the Night, back to 1985, I would say. Great work, fantastic power, energy. Felt the album throughout, from the starting to the end. It's a great album, and
Oh,
the vocals. I think both you and Chalice have come up with an amazing vocals for this album, and great musicianship. The raw power and energy can be felt throughout the album, bringing back the good old classic days of Vicious Rumors back into the scene. So, so awesome. Thank you so much for this fantastic.
man, thank you for listening to it so closely like that. I can't tell you how much it means to me to have like the experts like you guys that listen to albums, all week long and come in with so much energy for the album. So I really appreciate it, man. And me and the guys we're really excited about like everything that's coming up. We already did 20 dates in Europe, and unfortunately we had to postpone the US tour because of my shoulder injury, but it's only a postponement. And I'm telling you, man, we are coming back full on, all the way, 100% heavy metal. And we'll be back on tour in the States and all around the world next year.
That'd be really awesome, Jeff. And I wish you a speedy recovery from this arm issue that you're having now. So, and speaking about the music videos that you have released so far, Crack the Sky in Half, and Bloodbath, great videos. And would you like to tell me a bit on the making of these videos?
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. When I turned in the record to SPV, it's always like, you kind of always feel like a little kid or something when you turn in the album, or like, or like you're back in school or something. You just finished a test and you want to see how they, graded it or whatever. But, so it's always, there's a little anticipation to see what kind of response you're going to get. And the team at SPV, Ollie and the guys, they just got back to me with like, wow, what an album. Like, they were so excited about it. And right off the bat, he's all like, Bloodbath has got to be the first single. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, I'm on the right label. When my record company is coming in and says Bloodbath has to be the first single, I go, now that's a heavy metal label, So we were just seeing eye to eye on everything, and it's been great working with them. I've been with SPV now for 15 years, and it's like the longest relationship I've had with any label. And Atlantic Records, Shrapnel, Roadrunner, been with some great companies, but SPV it feels like home. I love working with them. They do a great job. And so yeah, it was great to have that excitement going into the Bloodbath video. And then the Crack the Sky video, we just thought that that the whole idea behind Crack the Sky, about just like, live your life to the fullest, push yourself, believe in yourself, do, just make your own luck, make things happen. And that's kind of the story of Vicious Rumors, so like we just wanted to to make. We felt like that pay off in the chorus, and so and we were so pleased when it got like 125,000 views in like 2 weeks or something. So it was really that was great for us. We were happy with that, and over 200,000 views on our first two singles. And I've got a little surprise for you. On August 15th, we have a third single coming out with a video on YouTube. And I think I hope everybody likes it just as much. And came out pretty cool. We've been working with Ingo Sporl over there, and he works with SPV also, an incredible filmmaker. And he's been just great to work with. And so, yeah, August 15th is our third single, excuse me, Dogs of War. I just let the cat out of the bag on your show.
Fantastic.
No one else knew. No one else knew that, man. You got an exclusive out of me.
Thank you, Geoff. I'm really excited for Dogs of War on August 15th. I'm really looking forward for this. Amazing, amazing. And August 29, any big plans for you?
Oh man, it's we had huge plans because we were going to be on tour at that time, and August 29th was going to be our record release party at Reggie's in Chicago, which is an incredible venue that we've played quite a few times before. Always had great shows there, and so it was a little heartbreaking to have to cancel that one, or excuse me, postpone that one. But but it is what it is, and we're gonna probably celebrate. We're kind of spread out around the world, so we'll probably celebrate with a phone call, and we can't wait to take it on the road again for sure, man.
Awesome, awesome. And are you planning for some cool merchandise for the fans?
Oh yeah, man. We got some. We're gonna incorporate that whole toxic green skull and tornado into a lot of different things. We got some great shirts and hoodies and pins and CDs and DVDs, all kinds of stuff, man. It's all coming. But yeah, it's just it's hard to believe, my friend. Like this is our 46th year of heavy metal, and I just it's been such an honor, and like the fans around the world have made it possible, and so me and the guys couldn't, we're just excited about what the future holds.
Amazing, amazing. And speaking on touring, like, are there any big international touring plans for the end of the year or early next year?
Absolutely. It's all going to happen next year, though. I need some time to recover from this. I had a pretty bad break and some dislocation and stuff. So I need to recover from this completely, get my chops back up to speed. I want to spend a little time after I'm just healthy enough, getting my guitar playing, right up to the highest level it can be. And then we're going to plan everything. We're planning the biggest touring year we've ever done. South America, Japan, full Europe, full United States, probably Canada, Mexico, and really the kind of tour that would make you or break you. And so we're looking at doing a massive run. It's all going to happen next year, and definitely we'll be keeping you posted through social media. This is all real fresh. Like we just recently had to cancel the 30 shows in the US, so it's all being sort of redone and refocused now. But you can count on Vicious Rumors bringing the full Devil's Asylum tour to the world next year.
That would be awesome, awesome, Geoff. And 46 years of existence. So, how do you feel about the long road that you have traveled so far?
I tell you, it's just been an honor, man, an honor and a privilege. I'm just so thankful. Like when I think of someone like Jimi Hendrix, who's immortalized throughout time, but the guy's career was 4 years from beginning to end, as a solo artist. And you know, in those 4 years, he did manage to grab the world by the balls. He was such a game changer as a guitarist. But in Vicious Rumors, you know, it's like, you know, we are some of the pioneers of American power metal. And you know, we were doing speed metal in 1979, man. And I mean, you know, so like just to be able to live that legacy, to be able to keep doing it for 46 years, it's kind of a mind blower, man. Like when we talk about it, kind of, I don't know, it freaks me out a little bit. It's just like we're so lucky, and it's all about balance and trying to stay healthy enough to do it, you know. So and I've been riding high for a long time. So if I got to take a couple of bumps right now with a broken arm, then I guess that's fair. But this sure isn't going to be the end of me. And I see the band having a 50th anniversary, no problem.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And very soon, 50th anniversary is coming for the band. And are you having some big plans for the 50th anniversary?
Well, you know, definitely we're thinking big for everything right now. And like the main thing is that we just want everything that we do to mean something now, you know, more than ever. You know, it's like there's I don't want to do anything by just going through the motions, man. Like every single thing we do has got to count. Everything we do has got to come from the heart. And that's how we've survived this whole time, you know. And now I feel like, you know, we have this incredible new energy in the band, and a lot of new interest in this album. And so why not, how about this? How about Vicious Rumors, a 46-year overnight success? Whoa, another exclusive.
Amazing, amazing. Amazing. Fantastic, fantastic. And Chalice is the newest member to the band. He joined last year. And how do you feel about working with Chalice with Vicious Rumors?
Man, we're so glad to have Chalice, man. He is just a wonderful person, aside from having a great voice. Like, you know, it's funny how we met. He called me out of the blue about 6 months before we needed a singer. And he was just like, Geoff, I love Vicious Rumors. If I get a chance, you know, if you ever need a singer, you know, I'd love to work with you guys. And I was just like, man, this is such a great phone call just to get a call from this guy, you know. And we hit it off really well on the phone, had a really nice conversation. And then sure enough, man, 6 months later, I needed a singer. So he was right there when he heard that we needed a singer. He got right back in touch with me. We talked to really incredible singers around the world, and all over the US, all over Europe, even a really great singer in South America. We were in touch with some very talented singers, and we narrowed it down to a final four. And Chalice made the final four. And so I was kind of leaning towards him, just because the way he reached out to me before. It wasn't somebody looking for a gig or somebody looking for like the paycheck or something. It was someone that had like real passion for the band. You know, it was someone that was a fan of the band. And uh you know, he was just putting himself on the line even before he even had a chance to be in the band. So those kind of things just stuck with me. And then when we narrowed it down to the final four, Chalice did something that nobody else did. And he sent me a video of him singing one of our songs, just like you or I right now are sitting in this room, like no PA system, no music background, just him singing. And we could hear like every little nuance of his voice and the character in his voice. And it was just in tune and in time. And it sounded great. And we were just like, we just kind of put everything together. His drive for calling me before we even needed a singer, his desire to be in the band, his great voice, and that incredible audition. And we just said, okay, man, you're the guy. And then, like I said, we just rolled the dice on each other by getting to know each other while we made the record. So luckily, not only was he a tremendous singer, but when he came to my house, he showed us like what a great guy he was. Like he's not a selfish person or a drama queen or something like that. You know, he's just a very down to earth guy who's got a lot of compassion for other people, and he's funny, he's polite, he's fun to be around, and that's really important for me nowadays, man. Like I'm towards the end of my career, and I gotta have guys that I like and guys that I care about to work this hard for. And so and it's the same thing with Denver Cooper, man. He's just, you know, he's just a hungry, fun, lifelong musician guy. Like he just wants to play and rock. And of course, you know, he's a businessman too, of course, and just like all of us. But I got like everyone in the band right now, our longtime bass player Robin, Larry, and myself. We run on passion, and so like when we all get together, man, it's a really great feeling of chemistry, and that's by far the most important part of being in a band.
Awesome, awesome. Great to hear this, Jeff. And 2020 celebration DK, and after 5 years now with Devil's Asylum, and a long-awaited album from Vicious Rumors, and a great album from Vicious Rumors, I would say. And moving on, or do you have plans to come up with a compilation album for the last 45 years with a box set or something like that for the upcoming years?
God, that's a great idea. And I would love to do some special things like that. Definitely. I can tell you one thing though. While I'm recovering from my shoulder, I'm working on a book for Vicious Rumors because I have some months off. So there's definitely going to be a very interesting, colorful book coming about 46 years, or actually by that time, be 50 years of heavy metal in the underground. So that's going to be something special. And we're definitely going to plan, like I said, we're just trying to make everything count and think big and come up with some great stuff. So I would love to see this lineup continue for a while. And who knows, maybe this will be the last chapter of Vicious Rumors with these five guys. And if that happens, you know, that'd be great with me.
Let it not end. Jeff.
Thank you.
This rumor should live on forever.
Thanks so much, man.
And Jeff, finally, any message for the Vicious Rumor fans around the world?
Well, you've been the greatest. I mean, we have the type of fans that, like, we just did this 20-day tour in Europe, and there was almost every night where a few people would come up to me, and I would recognize them right away. Like I recognize their faces, and they come up and they show me pictures of me and them from 25, 30 years ago. And you know, it's just a blast to look at these pictures together. And then this time, standing next to them is their young son or their young nephew, and so it's like really been a generational thing. And that couldn't be more of an honor for us to have connected with people through the power of music on that level, where it's like not only did we retain people for so many years, but like those people recruited people and brought people in and from their family. And you know, I often during the live show when I introduce the band, I always say that not only are the guys and I Vicious Rumors, but the guys and everyone here tonight in the crowd, everyone here tonight is in Vicious Rumors, and I really mean that because we couldn't do it without them, and it's just been an incredible honor to rock the world for 45 years.
Awesome, awesome, Jeff. Awesome. And Jeff, I really want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure. And thank you for the Devil's Asylum, which is to be out on August 29. Like I said earlier, a fantastic comeback, bringing back the good old days of back taking us all back to 1985 when it all started with your debut album. So thanks for all the awesomeness and thanks for decades of heavy metal fraternity and the awesome music that you guys been giving us throughout these years. So thanks for all the awesomeness, and I wish you all the best. And I'm really hoping to see you on an international tour. We all can metal on.
Really appreciate it, my friend. Thanks for everything you're doing for live music and keeping heavy metal going strong.
Thank you, Jeff. Take care. Metal
Bye
on.
now.
Bye bye.